The story begins with an unexpected, eerie alien broadcast that sends chills through Earth's communication networks. It's a clear, cold voice, inhuman and distant. The message is simple, yet terrifying. The Galactic Empire has arrived, and they are here to conquer Earth. The voice announces that their massive fleet of warships has already entered Earth's orbit. These ships are unlike anything humanity has ever seen, huge, dark, and armed with weapons capable of eradicating entire cities with a single strike. The message is clear: surrender or face destruction. The broadcast cuts off as the sky above Earth turns pitch black, filled with the dark shadows of alien ships blocking the sun. It's a grim sight, one that sends a wave of fear and uncertainty across the globe. On every screen, the final words echo, "Your time is up." Back on Earth, the panic is immediate. People in the streets stop dead in their tracks, staring up at the sky in terror. Sirens wail across cities, and governments scramble to respond. Military leaders, despite Earth's technological advancements, know that they are outmatched. These aliens are powerful, and their ships are far superior to anything humanity has ever developed. The overwhelming power of the Galactic Empire seems impossible to resist. The global news channels broadcast images of the alien fleet hovering ominously above Earth. Earth's best minds and military experts gather in a tense, secret meeting to discuss their options. Should they fight back, knowing the consequences could be catastrophic? Or should they surrender and hope the aliens show mercy? With the fate of the planet hanging in the balance, the room falls into silence. No one knows what to do next. Fear and uncertainty hang in the air. In the midst of the chaos, we meet Captain Blake, a skilled and fearless fighter pilot who is determined to protect his planet, no matter the cost. He's known for his ability to stay calm under pressure, always leading his team with a steady hand. Blake's been through countless battles, but he's never faced an enemy like this. Blake's team is led by Lieutenant Emma, a brilliant strategist. She's not just an expert in tactics, but also a genius when it comes to technology. Emma is one of the few who knows about a top-secret weapon being developed that might be their last hope against the Empire. This weapon, a cloaking device capable of turning their ships invisible, is humanity's secret advantage. Along with the weapon, Emma believes they can fight back, but only if they act fast. Blake and Emma are the leaders of an underdog resistance group formed to defend Earth. They are determined to do whatever it takes to stop the Empire, even though they know the odds are against them. They're not just soldiers, they're the last line of defense. Blake's fiery determination and Emma's intelligence will be key to their survival. Together, they will lead humanity's fight, no matter how hopeless it may seem. As the camera pans across Earth's major cities, the tension builds. People are gripped by fear. The usual daily noise of the world has been replaced by uncertainty and confusion. In the sky above, the shadow of the Galactic Empire's fleet looms, casting a dark pall over the planet. Despite humanity's advanced technology, this feels like a battle they can't win. The Empire's ships are enormous, with unstoppable firepower. Earth's military has never faced an enemy this powerful. But in the face of this overwhelming force, humans are determined not to back down. They know they might not have the strength to win, but they are unwilling to surrender without a fight. The underdog spirit of humanity is alive and well. Blake and Emma lead their team through a maze of uncertainty and danger. Though they know the odds are stacked against them, they refuse to let Earth fall without a fight. They gather their forces, even knowing that many might not survive the battle to come. But they understand one thing: this fight is not just about survival. It's about showing the galaxy that humans will not be conquered. The story's tone is one of defiance and hope in the face of overwhelming darkness. Earth may not be ready for an enemy like the Galactic Empire, but humans have an unbreakable spirit. This is their planet, and they'll fight to the very end to keep it. The secret weapon, Captain Blake and his team work tirelessly, pushing themselves to the limit as they prepare humanity's most powerful weapon. The weapon, a cloaking device, can turn their warships invisible to the enemy. Along with this, they've developed a hypervelocity missile capable of disabling alien technology. This is humanity's last hope. They know if they don't act quickly, Earth will become the next target of the Galactic Empire, a fate they refuse to accept. The pressure mounts as the team works around the clock, and Blake's leadership is put to the ultimate test. Suspense. The clock is ticking, and Blake and his team are racing against time. Every second counts as they prepare the ships for launch. Blake and Emma share tense, emotional moments, knowing that they are about to face an enemy that seems unbeatable. There's so much uncertainty. Will the cloaking device work? Will the missile be powerful enough to break through the alien technology? They can only hope they've prepared enough, but doubts linger. The fate of Earth rests on their shoulders, and the weight of that responsibility is immense. The first strike, finally the time comes. The cloaked warships silently slip into the enemy's fleet, hidden from the alien sensors. Blake's team is ready. The tension is unbearable as they approach the Empire's flagship. The plan is simple: deliver the hypervelocity missile and disable their most powerful ship. With a loud explosion, the missile strikes, and the flagship's shields shatter. A massive blast tears through the ship, and the Empire's most feared vessel is brought to a halt. The aliens are stunned. They never expected this from Earth. This weak planet that they thought they could easily conquer has struck back with surprising power. Emotional core, but the victory is bittersweet. As the dust settles, the team learns that Commander Bonner, Blake's old friend, didn't make it out of the battle. He sacrificed himself to ensure the success of the mission. Blake is crushed by the loss, but that grief quickly turns into a burning desire for revenge. The personal cost of the mission has made the fight more real than ever. The loss of Bonner fuels Blake's determination to win this battle and to avenge his fallen friend. The emotional connection to Bonner's death makes the stakes even higher for Blake and his team, and it connects the audience to the human cost of war. Blake's resolve hardens. Earth may have taken the first step toward victory, but they will face many more challenges before the Empire is defeated. The battle has just begun, and the real fight is only getting started. Building the tension. After Earth's surprising victory, the Galactic Empire regroups quickly, unwilling to accept defeat. In retaliation, they send their elite AI-controlled drones and cybernetic soldiers to Earth's cities. These machines are cold, merciless, and unstoppable. They massacre civilians with brutal efficiency, cutting through the streets and leveling anything in their path. The drones are equipped with advanced weaponry, making them nearly invincible. The screams of terrified people fill the air as entire cities fall under siege. The devastation is unimaginable, and the reality of the situation sinks in. Earth is on the brink of total destruction. The Empire's overwhelming forces show no mercy, and humanity's desperation grows. The once hopeful resistance now faces a fight they might not win, but the urge to survive fuels every man and woman on Earth. Humanity has no choice but to continue resisting, even with the odds stacked against them. Visual storytelling, the skies above Earth are darkened by a constant barrage of orbital bombardment. Alien ships high above fire relentless strikes, sending flames and debris raining down on Earth's major cities. Buildings crumble and the streets are flooded with fire and chaos. On the ground, humans are forced to engage in close-quarters combat against the invading cybernetic soldiers. The resistance groups, led by Blake and his team, fight tooth and nail, using every advanced weapon they can find, but they are still vastly outmatched. The visuals are intense. Explosions shake the ground and heavy gunfire fills the air. Amidst the chaos, Blake's team fights in the ruins of the city. They must adapt and improvise with whatever they have at their disposal. Every corner of the city is a potential battlefield, and the stakes grow higher with each passing moment. The tactical ingenuity of the humans becomes their only advantage as they make up for their lack of superior technology with sheer resourcefulness. The underdog struggle, Blake and his team take charge of the resistance group, using their knowledge of human ingenuity to fight back. They hack into the Empire's AI drones, turning the enemy's own machines against them. It's a dangerous game, but the humans are determined to take every opportunity to fight back. The cybernetic soldiers may have enhanced strength, but the humans have willpower on their side. They use clever hit-and-run tactics and set up traps to take down larger, more advanced enemies. Action-packed scenes? The battle escalates into high-intensity dogfights above Earth's cities. Blake's fighter squadron swoops through the sky, dodging enemy missiles and firing their own laser cannons at the alien ships. Below, on the ground, humans engage in intense hand-to-hand combat with cybernetic soldiers. Every street corner becomes a battleground as Blake's team pushes forward, despite overwhelming odds. The action scenes are fast-paced and chaotic, humans leaping over rubble, narrowly dodging explosions and fighting off enemies that seem to have no weaknesses. Yet Blake's team refuses to give up. They hold their ground with everything they have. Every moment counts, and the fight for Earth's survival becomes more desperate. As the tension builds, Blake and his team give it their all, knowing that this might be their final stand. The stakes continue to grow as each explosive battle brings them closer to their goal, driving the Galactic Empire off Earth. No matter how powerful the invaders seem, the humans are determined to show that they will never surrender. The underdog struggle is now at its peak, and the fight is far from over. The battle for Earth is far from over, and the Galactic Empire is determined to crush humanity. They launch a devastating counterattack with their massive warship fleet, unleashing waves of firepower. Earth, however, has a hidden weapon up its sleeve. At the brink of destruction, the humans reveal their Star Destroyer fleet, massive ships equipped with plasma cannons and energy shields. These ships were secretly built in anticipation of this very moment, designed to stand up to the Empire's superior technology. The moment Earth's fleet emerges from behind a cloaking field, the battlefield changes. With a roar, the Star Destroyers fire their weapons, sending brilliant laser beams cutting through the sky, illuminating the dark expanse of space. The massive explosions from the blasts rattle Earth, the shockwaves felt in every corner of the planet. The sound of the battle fills the air, crackling energy, the roar of missiles, and the thunderous impact of giant weapons. Human warships move in synchronized formation, using their cloaking devices to stay hidden until the last moment. Then, in a flash, they emerge from invisibility, ambushing the Empire's warships with precision strikes. The battle has turned into a chaotic, high-stakes race for survival, and the humans are fighting for their very existence. Vivid details. The sky is filled with an intense light show as laser beams from both sides cut through the atmosphere. Alien warships unleash their devastating weapons, but the plasma shields on the human Star Destroyers absorb most of the damage. Earth's fleet maneuvers with incredible precision, cloaking and decloaking at just the right moments to confuse and outsmart the enemy. The explosions from both sides rock the battlefield, and the humans' counterattacks seem almost impossible as they take on a fleet many times their size. In one of the most dazzling visual spectacles, human ships unleash a series of plasma bursts, lighting up the void of space. Their cloaking devices work overtime, creating a blinding flash of light as they strike the Empire's warships with a barrage of missiles and energy blasts. The human fleet fights not only for victory, but for survival, pushing back with everything they have, turning the tide in this seemingly impossible battle. Sacrifice and loss. The battle is reaching its peak and the stakes have never been higher. In the chaos, Lieutenant Emma makes a heart-wrenching decision. As Blake prepares to launch a final missile strike on the Empire's flagship, Emma notices a critical flaw in their plan, a flaw that could prevent the missile from hitting its target. Without hesitation, she sacrifices herself to make sure Blake's missile strikes true. She flies into the line of fire, taking down an enemy ship that threatens their missile's path. Emma's sacrifice ensures the missile hits the Empire's final warship, but at a devastating cost. Blake watches in horror as his close friend and ally is lost, her ship engulfed in flames. Her last words to him, "Fight for humanity," echo in his mind as he prepares to finish what she started. Emma's death is a painful turning point, pushing Blake to fight harder, to push through the pain and avenge her sacrifice. Her death becomes the catalyst that propels Blake forward, fueling his rage and determination. Every strike against the enemy from this point on is a tribute to her courage. As Blake charges into the final battle, the loss of his friend stirs a deep emotional connection within him. He will not let her sacrifice be in vain. The final battle has begun, and the human fight for survival has reached its climactic peak. The battle for Earth reaches its final heart-pounding moments. After countless confrontations, humanity's fleet has finally pushed the Galactic Empire to its breaking point. Blake, leading the charge, knows the stakes have never been higher. The final showdown takes place in the heart of space, where Blake faces off against the Empire's supreme commander, a ruthless alien known for his cunning and terrifying strength. The two engage in a brutal space-to-ground battle that has the fate of Earth hanging in the balance. Blake uses every weapon in his arsenal, cloaking devices, cybernetic hacking, and close-quarters combat, to gain the upper hand. His ship vanishes and reappears in flashes, taking the enemy by surprise. Blake's every move is a fight for survival, and the entire fate of humanity rests on his ability to outsmart and overpower the Supreme Commander. The battle is fierce, with explosions lighting up the dark void of space as Blake and the Commander clash with unmatched force. It is a struggle that pushes both to their limits, as Blake fights not only for his survival, but for the future of the human race. Final blow. In a cataclysmic explosion, Blake delivers the final blow to the Empire's flagship. His missile strikes true, tearing through the ship's defenses and causing a massive detonation that rips the vessel apart. With the flagship destroyed, the last of the enemy forces are left in disarray, and they begin to retreat, their once mighty fleet reduced to rubble. Blake stands victorious, but the victory feels hollow. The cost of the war, the loss of friends, and the destruction of Earth's cities weigh heavily on him. The battle is over, but the scars of war are deep. Emotional core, Blake takes a moment to reflect on the fallen heroes, the brave soldiers who gave their lives for Earth. He thinks of Emma, the friend who sacrificed everything to ensure humanity's survival. Her memory is a bittersweet reminder of the price of freedom. Blake promises himself that he will ensure that Earth never forgets the sacrifices made by those who fought. As he looks at the stars, he knows that this victory is not just about defeating the Galactic Empire, it's about honoring the fallen, ensuring their bravery is never lost to history. The emotional depth of the loss and sacrifice lingers with Blake, and the audience feels his pain as he vows to protect humanity's future. Ending hook. The final scene shifts to Earth's cities. Once reduced to rubble, now slowly starting to rebuild. The destruction is far from forgotten, but there is hope on the horizon. The camera focuses on Blake, standing alone and staring into the vast expanse of stars. Humanity has sent a clear message to the universe: never underestimate Earth. The Galactic Empire has fallen, but Blake knows this victory is only the beginning. The universe is vast, and new threats are sure to emerge. Blake whispers to himself, "We'll be ready." The good versus evil theme comes to a satisfying conclusion. Humanity, the underdog, has triumphed over the forces of AI supremacy and alien tyranny. The story ends on a note of triumph, with the promise that humanity will always stand against oppression, ready to fight for their freedom no matter the odds.